Welcome to episode 60 of Pineapples and Thorns. And tonight I'm kind of running solo, but I do have some special guests, Ace from Redthorn and C-Note, host of the Clash Tours podcast. And he's going to be stepping into Fado's shoes for this week's episode. Welcome, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kat.
Just going to run through some quick CFF news. It's pretty quiet this week. We're just gearing up for the TWSS event, and signups are now closed. We have the teams, Team BG versus my team, Team Cat, and that event's going to happen on July 7th. And we are anticipating complete chaos because people can only use female heroes and troops. And there was some question as to what was female and what wasn't. Basically, I had a poster from Supercell that we went off of. So if it's not on the poster, you can't use it. And I tried to reach out to Supercell for some clarification on a couple of troops that people weren't sure about, but they broke for summer break and I didn't get a response back from them in time. So we're just going to wing it, which is what we do best.
Absolutely.
And I participated in the latest Reddit event this weekend. It was the Winners War. So all the past winners of Reddit events in the last year from their event server were invited to sign up for this war. And they split us into two teams, Team Cruiser and Team Vibe. And the prize for the winning team is a golden ticket, whatever that is. It ended up as a tie. So all members of both teams get this mysterious golden ticket. And we don't find out what that is until July 1st. So,
well, I'm quickly reminded of, Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory when you say golden ticket. So I don't know if that has anything to do with it.
It could be something really good.
Yeah, you could inherit a chocolate factory.
That would be awesome.
Wouldn't it, though?
Okay, Ace, we're going to jump in and talk to you a little bit. You want to tell us a little bit about yourself, what clan you play in?
Yeah, I'm in Redthorn, of course, with our great leader, Kat. I've been enjoying it. I mean, it's a very active clan, great members.
Awesome. And, what's your favorite town hall to play, and how did you come up with your account names?
Well, my account name came from Xbox, actually. I've always used Ace on every game I've ever played, and Clash of Clans is not any different from any other one, so I went ahead and put it in. It's just a name that stuck with me through the years. So, and my favorite town hall would be, it was 9. I love Town Hall 9, but Town Hall 13, now that Junior, my mini account, is up to 13, I really, really have had a lot of fun with it.
Yeah? What are you using on your 13?
Hydra. Same thing I used on my 15. I can't get away from it. Yes. It actually works really good with the Starch Blimp. A lot of your 13s are not defending against that, I guess. So.
Right. Awesome. What's your favorite hobby or activity outside of Clash?
I would have to say golf. It's just a good time to get away, peaceful. You're with family or you're with friends. It's always good to get out, get in the sun, have some quiet time, I call it. But
yeah, and I've heard that you've recently discovered a golf game on mobile.
Yeah, Golf Clash. That's I actually played it when it first came out. Got way up on ranking and just got kind of bored with it, and found out the CFF had a team, so I joined it and started playing again. And it's been fun. It's been a lot of fun. C-Note, he's picked it up, and hopefully he can get ranked up where he can join the team, and then we can do some little one-on-ones together. So
that sounds like fun. See, are you enjoying that one?
I think Ace just wants me to level up so he can use me as a punching bag.
That'll work. Yeah, I can do that too. No, it's actually
okay.
Really
it's fun. Yeah, it is. He's right. Really it's fun.
All right. How much time do you spend doing Builder Base and Clan Capital?
All right, C-Note, hold your ears. Builder Base, I've been spending on and off during the day about an hour a day on it.
My God.
Just in between, cooking troops or whatever. I try to do the star bonus every day.
Mm-hmm.
And if I'm hitting good, then I'll keep playing. As far as the capital, I just do my raid weekend. That is it. I just get in, do my 5-6 attacks or whatever I can do.
Yeah.
I don't look at it anymore.
Yeah. Well, that's really all you can do, though, is on the weekends do your attacks, and then you're pretty much done, right? I don't see a lot of people doing FCs on Clan Capital during the week. Very few people.
No, there's a couple that throw them up, but it's just, I mean, it's almost a waste of time really to do any kind of friendly challenges with them. It's just wait for the weekend, and if you've heard of a new comp or something, you can try it. I mean, I've been using hogs with wizards with
Yeah.
the skelly spells, and that's been working great. Except for on Dragon Cliff, of course. You have to use super drags in that.
Our beloved Dragon Cliff.
Reason number 5 to have Ace in a clan. He does Dragon Cliffs.
Right. I do.
What about you, Sierra? Are you playing Builder Base?
What's that? Of course I'm not.
It's
Come on.
the place with the gem mine.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah. God, I waste so many gems that way too. I never go over there. I only do it in clan games, pretty much like 90% of the population.
Yeah. Yeah, that's when I get the most things happening over in Builder Bases during clan games. Throw a bunch of upgrades, and then I'm done for another month.
Yeah, exactly. It's the only reason I go over there. And then I just usually hit an upgrade or two while I'm doing clan games, and I forget about it for another month.
Hey, let's chat a little bit about the main village, because we're still dealing with the aftermath of the June update. Been playing for a couple of weeks with it now, and some of those things were available at Town Hall 13 Up, so you could probably use them on your minis. What do you guys think of what they gave us for the main village? Ace?
Go ahead, Ace.
I'm happy with what they did. I mean, there's a few things that I wish they would have done, but I'm happy with it. I mean, I'm ahead of a lot of people though. I mean, I've already maxed out almost everything, so I'm getting the full benefits of what they've done already. So
Yeah. See, what about you?
I like it. I like what they did. This update has increased my hit rate by at least 0.0001%. So I'm hopeful that there's more to come. But no, they upgraded the Yetis, and I'm a Yeti user, and I've noticed that if I'm not tripling, my percentage is at least higher. So
Mhm.
it gives me hope that maybe I'm a troop away or a spell away or something like that. We joke all the time that 80 is the new triple. 80% is the new triple.
Yeah.
And I find myself getting consistent 85, 87s, in wars and in raids, the like. And it's giving me hope. I know Yetis I use constantly, and you could tell they are much stronger.
So have you guys maxed all your heroes yet, or?
I've got everything but the king. I have 2 more levels on the king, and I'll be done with them.
Nice. See?
I'm not even close.
No.
I'm using hero potions.
Yeah. My queen is maxed because I used every book and hammer that I had to get her maxed. And then pets, I'm sort of leaving those till last because I'm not really sure how. I know they want people to use the yak and lassie more, but I would have preferred they gave us another level on the unicorn or the owl.
Right. Yeah. You know what's going to happen though, right? Someone's going to come out with the yak is now viable again, and everybody's going to be using it on the king. Right.
Probably.
That's going to happen.
I've never stopped using it.
No?
Nope. I've always used that yak. I haven't used nothing else.
Okay. So obviously then you must have upgraded it.
No, I have not done
No?
anything to pets. No, I've been using all my Dark Elixir for the heroes only. As soon
Okay.
as my king's done, then I'll jump on the yak, and then I'll worry about dark troops later. But I'm just worried about. I do things different. I always go for all defense first. Everybody's talking about you need offense, but I do defense first. I guess I'm weird, but
Yeah. Well, I think, you kind of, if you've got something going in the lab and you're working on your heroes, well, what are you going to do with all that, elixir and gold, right? It's got to do walls and defenses. So
yeah, the upgrades on defenses are crazy long now. Like if you don't have the gold pass, it's like a month. I mean, maybe not that long, but close.
Well, it's like what, 18 days or something?
Yeah.
But I mean, they sure are pretty though.
Yeah.
They are.
You really match the theme. So it's, something that I wanted to get done. I did the eagle. I hammered the eagle.
Yeah, the eagle's impressive, isn't it? It looks far like if that was the only thing, if we didn't have scatter shots and multi mortars and the monolith and all that other stuff. If that was like the big thing, like at Town Hall 11, boy, that would look even more scary than it did back then.
I'm just really glad they didn't give us another level on the monolith.
Oh no. Huh.
Yeah, I think they forgot where the Nerf button is.
Yeah.
They could have hit the Nerf button. And
Yeah.
That would have been fine.
The range is just, it's too long of a range. I think the power is fine, but it's just anything, you think that it's only, say, 5 or 6 tile radius, but it's much bigger a radius for it to hit your stuff. And I think that needs to be decreased.
Yeah, it hits like a truck. Ugh.
No mercy.
Like if you're not paying attention, you'll lose it. It's almost like a single Inferno, right? If you're not paying attention, you'll lose your hero quick. And there's just so many moving, depending on what attack you're doing. I know Ace is using Hydra, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So there's a lot of moving parts there. So you have to pay attention. I know me, I kind of group mine together and they go as, kind of like my kill squad through the base. So I kind of have an eye on them at all times, but there's so many other attacks out there that, you can lose track of a hero wandering and they're gone, if they go by the monolith.
Agreed.
Yeah. And one thing I've also noticed, like, okay, so I'm trying to upgrade my heroes and putting them down. Like I've got my RC down on both of my 15s right now. And it's 7 days, right?
Yep.
So it's just trying to do legend hits without a hero is just horrible.
Yeah, no fun.
I'm not in Legends. That's one of the reasons why. Is just I can't hang with the big boys. Number one, number two, it limits me if I do clan games, etc. If I want to try something different,
right?
It really it limits you. And I know that sounds silly, considering we were clamoring back in the day about the clouds, and now we have no clouds, and I don't want to be in Legends, so I kind of go against the grain. But that's usually why. Plus, I mean, I'm sure you guys can attest to, because I hear you guys all the time trying to get your Legends hits in at nighttime, and if you don't have a good night and you can't get to them, you're dropping trophies like mad.
Yeah, and I mean, really, the only reason I want to be in Legends is just because I don't lose any loot when I get hit. But
yeah, that's
interesting.
That's a very good thing right now during upgrades.
Yeah,
using Legends as a defense. I see. That's 200 IQ right there.
That's why they pay us the big bucks.
All right, Ace. I believe it's my turn to ask some questions.
It is.
And I know the last time we got together and I asked you questions, it got pretty spicy. I can assure you that these questions are not like that. All right, so you use Super Troops, correct? Well, I know you used to use Super Dragons, but are you using any currently?
I'm playing around with the baby Infernos.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you did tell me that. So the newest feature or quality of life change in Supercell was that you have the ability to now delete a Super Troop. And by canceling them, it removes the troops from your current armies as well. So that's kind of a public service announcement there for everybody. Just in case you trained something and then thought you'd be clever and throw 2 new Super Troops in the mix, that's not going to work. What do you think about the ability to being able to delete a Super Troop now?
Me, myself, I like it. It would have helped earlier before, whenever you couldn't donate Super Troops unless you had them boosted.
Right.
So it would have helped back then. Now it really doesn't. It doesn't affect me because, the only time I really give Super Troops is through donations. But, I don't really boost anything except for the baby Infernos. And I don't know. It didn't affect me any. I wish they would have done it before, like when they first started it. That would have been great.
Yeah, for sure. Kat, I think I heard you the other day on voice chat canceling a Super Troop. How did that go for you?
It was good. It's very satisfying to be able to hit that cancel button and not use Super Bowlers for a while.
Were you nervous at all, like hitting that button?
No. It was just like, okay, where's the cancel button? I'm done with this troop right now.
And that's a hard pill to swallow these days, right? Because we actually need Dark Elixir again. Like, a couple months ago, everybody's like, I have so much Dark Elixir, blah, blah, blah. And now it's like, ooh, do I want to cancel this and lose the 25K?
Yeah, it's a 25K hit, but once a week you can replace that with your medals, right? So
That's true.
from the
Yep.
shop.
Yeah, every Tuesday.
Yeah.
It goes off it's like an alarm in my head now. Oh, all my accounts get 25K dark.
Is it Tuesday yet?
Right? Tuesday's the new Monday in Clash. So moving on to the next question, sir. So it was implied by the dev team that they wanted to make the triple rate higher at Town Hall 15. Thank you, by the way. With the changes to the spell towers and new levels of defenses, are you noticing that that's actually happening? I know I kind of already blurted out my experience so far. Are you having similar success now? Or are you noticing that, offense kind of is trumping defense again, or no change? What say you, sir?
I mean, to be honest, I don't. With the base builders today, there's nothing has really changed for me. I mean, I can still triple, 3 or 4 times a day in Legends if I'm lucky. But the bases are just getting harder. It has nothing to do with what they gave us as far as upgrading defense or offense. It's just the people building the bases are just getting that much better. To me, that's the way it seems.
Yeah, good point. What about you, Kat? Are you noticing any more triples than you used to get? I know you used to get like a 90% hit rate.
Oh yeah, 90% to the negative. I'm kind of like in your boat there. See, it's like I've noticed a 0.000001 improvement. It was funny because I think it was yesterday I started playing around with this Yeti Super Archer attack, and back to back I tripled like 3 times in a row in Legends. And I was like, oh, this is OP. And of course, then I go in today and it's like 1 star, 1 star, 1 star. But then it also doesn't help that my RC is down. So I'll chalk it up to that.
Oh, okay. Well, I was going to pat the guy on the back that gave you that comp, but never mind.
Well, I've been getting like 85 or 90% 1 stars. So it's definitely strong. I just need, that extra troop and I don't think I've upgraded my Yetis yet, and I forgot to boost them. So.
Yeah, that does make a difference.
Yeah.
But I mean, you can see that the percentage is higher, even on a 1 star. That's got to be encouraging to a degree.
Definitely. It's like I'm clinging to hope.
Well, speaking of attack strategies, Mr. Ace, now I know you use Hydra, and you're pretty stuck on that attack right now. Obviously, with the inception of an update and the buff that so many ground troops got, do you see any new attack strategies coming out, or maybe some oldies but goodies coming back into the mix? Or have you noticed any new attacks? We do have the new Warden Apprentice troop. Have you seen anything by way of that coming out? I haven't had a chance to use it, but I'd like to think that some people are trying it. Have you seen anything new?
I'm seeing some of the old attacks come back, with the hogs. Of course the Yeti spam. I've been hit a lot lately with that. The E-Drags have completely disappeared. I haven't been hit by E-Drags in probably 4 days. Everybody switched back to ground doing hogs or Yetis or the E-Titan attack. But as far as the Warden Apprentice, I tried it a couple times with the Queen. I'd just drop one behind her and see how it worked. But I mean, I couldn't really tell a difference. I mean, it helped her take down stuff, of course. It's just like having a super arch standing behind her as she's walking. But it's a new troop. It's not maxed yet. Maybe you might be able to put 2 or 3 with a Queen and let her walk around the base, and maybe they'll help her out more. But I mean, it's fairly new. We'll figure it out, and I'm sure there'll be some new comps coming up that we can try.
Yeah, they're expensive too.
Yeah.
20 slots. Yeesh.
Just wonder if you'd notice more of an effect if you dropped it with the RC or the King.
Well, does it jump walls?
Yes.
It does. Okay, because I didn't know that. But the problem with the RC goes head on. I mean, it doesn't sit back like the Queen, and pop storages, and it goes head on to a defense.
Right.
So that would be a. I don't know if that would be good for the little dude.
Yeah, he's pretty squishy.
Yeah.
Can he keep up with the RC? I mean, that would be tough, right? She's pretty quick.
I don't know. I can try it. I don't know if y'all want to. I mean, I can share a video and it might not look too pretty, but I just don't. I just don't think it'll hold up. I mean, with the scatters and the multis that the RC just runs into,
Yeah.
I think it's better to have it where your queen's walking around the base, because I tend to like my heroes around the base to keep my Hydra inside the base.
Hmm.
So I think it would work better for that. But as far as trying to get it to go inside with the RC, I don't think that would be a good idea. I don't think it would hold up.
Good point.
Fair point. Now, you just mentioned that you're trying a new attack, Cat, which, I mean, it kind of isn't new, but new for you. Have you seen any other new attacks coming out? You're in a clan full of OP attackers, so somebody's got to be trying something different.
A lot of, I think people are experimenting a little bit right now. I've seen quite a few people trying hybrid again, or just queen charge hogs. Still a lot of dragons out there, and people trying to figure out how to make Sarch work. But yeah, I haven't seen a ton of new stuff, but it's leaning more towards ground right now.
Music to my ears.
Definitely, me too. I think I saw a witch attack tonight on one of our guys that tripled.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I definitely like hearing that.
Yeah.
It wouldn't get your hopes up. I don't think the base was that strong, to be honest.
That was a E-Titan witch attack, and it walked the base. It was pretty sad, but
Yeah,
it worked.
yeah, it did.
Well, from my experience, I am seeing, I do have the chance to visit other clans and see what, people are using. And I do see that quite frequently. People are splashing in witches now.
Mhm.
I'm not saying that makes them viable, but they are useful. They are helpful. They're not put on the shelf collecting dust anymore. They are, I wouldn't say making a comeback, but they are at least in the mix. So that's encouraging to see as well, because they've gone far too long, much like the Valk, without any love.
Yeah, I agree.
So yeah, it's. I mean, I'm not asking them, Supercell, to give them like 5 different buffs, maybe just 4. 4 buffs, we're good. And then we're back to like Town Hall 9 time, and witches are viable. And I know, Kat, you'd be on my side there too.
Definitely.
So we already touched on the apprentice warden, so I'm gonna jump to the question of the hour. Ace, are you ready for this?
Yes, sir.
All right. If you could ask Supercell to do one thing in the game right now, what would it be and why? And now there's a part 2 to this question. Okay, are you ready?
Huh.
Is it true that you drank Pepsi?
Godzilla. What the hell, Bobby? Come on, man. Why you gotta bring that up? Yes, I drank
Our listeners have a right to know, Ace.
I drank a Pepsi. I did. I'm sorry to my Coke followers. I did drink a Pepsi, but
I don't know if they could ever forgive me for that one.
Cat, I'm sorry. I mean, I had nothing else to drink. All my water was gone, and I will not drink water out of the tap, and I don't drink it out of the refrigerator. I have to have bottled water. I'm picky, and I didn't have any, and there was a Pepsi in the fridge, and I was like, gosh, I had
Ice
to.
cold Pepsi.
It didn't sound like yours opening up. It didn't have that little sound. It was more like a duh when I opened it. So
I pay extra for that sound, so that's
yeah, I hear you. All right, now let's get back to the real question. Supercell. I've been begging for this ever since this happened. Please nerf the poison and the poison towers for the town hall poison and the poison tower.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Why are you going to slow my troops down to a crawl and make them sit in the poison? Let them keep their speed. You can have your poison, just let them keep their speed. I mean, I lose so many troops just sitting in poison because they're just sitting there not doing nothing. And then you have monoliths sitting there just beating them. I mean, give them a chance. At least let them keep moving. Do something to let them keep moving.
It does seem a little overpowered, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's not fair. I mean, I do my crisscross. If there's a poison near the town hall, I'll crisscross my town across the town hall to a further away air defense, and it'll draw the poison towards it. And then I can send my blimp in, poison free. But it's getting aggravating. It's just I can go in, starts most of the time, get rid of the town hall. But if something happens, to the blimp. You don't get the town hall. You got to send your troops in, and then you got to send everything you have at the town hall.
Mhm.
Everything, because you're going to lose 2/3 of it just because of the town hall and the poison. And it's too much. I think they need to nerf it and bring it back a little bit. Give everybody a chance. I mean, if you want to see triple rates go up, you're going to have to nerf that poison on town hall.
Yeah, and I think we've all been in that situation where, yeah, your Sarch fails for whatever reason, and then you're just like, I'm trying to save this attack, and yeah, you're right. You have to throw everything at that town hall to get it, and what could have been a 2-star at the very least turns into a 1-star if you're lucky.
Yeah, I've been sponsored by Rage Quit quite a bit lately. And it's just nothing you can do. I mean,
Yeah.
It's either go for it that way or just go for a 1-star high percentage somewhere else on the base, because you're going to lose everything you have.
For sure.
Been there, done that.
Yeah.
Now, Kat, I know you've had quite a few on your list in the past because I am an avid listener of this show. Can you select one for us?
Right now, I think that monolith needs a big nerf. That's the one thing I would ask from them right now.
I second
Just
that.
either, yeah, just reduce the DPS or shorten the range, something to ease up on it a bit. It's not just like one thing that's reducing the hit rate. It's a culmination of all these really OP defenses that they've given us and new levels on them. And I don't think the offense has kept pace with that. They're starting to do work on offense now, but it's still not quite enough to counter, the damage that you're taking. We need some new spell levels, new levels on freeze and rage, maybe. I don't know. What about you, see?
There's really not one thing. I'm kind of greedy. I can't just have one. I'm like, eating potato chips and I just want more. But if I had to pick just one, I'm still an advocate for them creating some kind of clan family chat.
Mm-hmm.
Like merging clans or whatever you want to call it, having like even if it's 3 clans or 2 clans or whatever, I still think that would just add that. You could call it a quality of life improvement. I think that would just enhance the game experience. People wouldn't have to leave. I see people leave their clans to jump to another clan. I'll be right back. Blah 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 blah. I think that would alleviate that, and people would stay in the clans more. Not that that's a huge deal, but it would just be nice if you have friends elsewhere that you could communicate with them without having to go to another clan, and
Right.
it would just make the game more interesting, in my opinion.
So you're
Yeah,
saying
because-
they need to bring global back?
Well, I mean, I don't know how many times I've heard Darian say it's not coming back, but I still hold out hope.
Yeah.
I was going to say, because, with your clan, Shimmy Jig, you're often trying to communicate with different clans to go on tour, right? And
Yep.
Being able to add a clan to sort of your quote unquote alliance briefly, like a guest slot or whatever,
Sure.
you'd be able to communicate with that clan, because many clans don't use Discord. Their communication is in game. So then that means that if you want to visit a clan, you have to hop over to their clan, talk to them there. So you're leaving your clan, having to promote somebody to lead or whatever.
Yes, that's right. And to further that, we're a smaller clan, Well, not smaller in size, but like, I mean, there's like, I want to say 10, 11 people that play in Shimmy Jig, and then it's everybody's minis in there as well. So we've got around 48, but we're not big enough to obviously be considered a family. So it would be nice to attach ourselves to someone, like to be able to communicate with them, maybe, just see the goings on, people talking. I mean, that's where a lot of stuff happens, is in clan chat, where people are talking about strategies and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And it'd be nice to see, we're not the most talkative of clans, so it would just be nice to kind of switch over and see other people talking about things and goings on, and what they're upgrading and stuff, kind of get a pulse on the game.
Yeah.
That would be kind of neat.
Well, and then maybe you could even FC with people within your group there, right?
Yeah.
So you wouldn't have to leave your
that
clan
would be
to do
amazing.
FC.
Right. Right. Exactly. Or someone could post a replay or send a comp,
Mhm.
that they're trying, and we could see it and copy it. Yeah. There's so many benefits to that. And I have to believe that they can make something like that happen. They had global chat forever. Well, not forever, maybe forever ago, but they had it. And, that was combining countries into one,
Yeah.
chat. I think they can downsize this into just smaller clan families, and I also think that would make. I mean, I know both of you have seen it, and clans are shrinking, and this might save a clan that is dying
Mhm.
if they have the ability to see other people talking or conversing with them. It brings new life to the game.
Yeah, increases the activity in game, which is really what people need.
Yeah. I mean, back in the old days, you got on the game not only to see how your base was doing, but I found myself getting on a lot of times just to see if anybody talked and what they said and what's going on and goofing around,
Mhm.
as Ace would say, cut up. And, that's kind of a lost art form.
Yeah,
Well, you know why so many people are leaving? It's because of the town hall poison.
this is true. Affecting the entire clan.
Yeah.
I did. Yeah, I do. I mean, Town Hall 15 is hard. It is,
It is.
but wait till Town Hall 16, then
No.
15 will seem
Oh
easier,
my God.
right? Is that the strategy?
That scares me. The thought scares me.
All right. So, Kat informed me that we got some questions from the audience. And the first one is from Trample Damage. And it is actually pronounced that way. I've heard him say that. What do you guys enjoy about the events? And what has been your favorite event and why? And what would you like to see the CFF do for events in the future? So it's a three-parter. I'm going to hit you, Ace, first with the question. What say you?
Okay, so Triple's asking about the events as far as for CFF or the events.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. I don't know. It's just being able to play with a bunch of different, members from different clans, because everybody signs up from different clans for the events, and it's just it's fun meeting new people, watching new attacks, and I mean I can't remember, was the Coke versus Pepsi in the CFF?
Yeah. Well, it included this. Yeah.
It was kind of a joint effort.
Right. Well, I mean that's going to take my top of the chart every time. That was like the ultimate event. Period. A lot of people missed out on it, but it was great.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it
Um,
was fun.
that and the 69 war. I really like the 69 wars. I mean, there's not a lot of pressure on you. You don't have to try to triple. You're trying to stop at that certain percentage, and I really enjoy that one. But I don't know. I got one coming up soon that I have a feeling is going to be a good one too for Miss Cat here. So.
Yeah. The TWSS event. Yeah.
Right.
Oh yeah, that's definitely going to be a good one, I think.
Now, C-Note, you're on my team, and Ace is on Team BG. So
Again,
I,
what?
I feel like whoever comes up with these teams tries to keep Ace and I apart.
They do.
I think they're trying to spark some kind of rivalry.
They're trying to break up our bromance. That's
They are. They're so jealous.
that's just totally wrong. But no, I mean honestly, I think the CFF should put on a boys versus girls. I
We
don't
have
think
enough
y'all.
girls.
I'm pretty sure.
Can we go shirts versus skins?
Yeah, you can do that.
I'm sorry. I had to throw it out there.
oh
But
my goodness.
they have not had a men versus women, should I say, instead of boys versus girl. But that's I think that would be cool.
Now,
Yeah.
we did do one of those. It's been many, many years since we've
Well, there you
done
go.
the
We
CFF
need to do it again.
ladies. Yeah, well, I'll sign
Battle
you.
of the
I'll
sexes.
sign you up to run it.
That's fine.
Awesome.
I think she was counting on you backing down.
No, I'm not backing down because I want it to happen.
Okay.
Let's see. There's a lot of women in the CFF.
Yeah, there's
I'm
a
sure
lot of
we
excellent female players. Yep.
Yeah, so I'm sure we can get enough to at least get a 20 or 25.
You know
out
what,
of it.
Ace? If they hear that you're running the event, they will be signed up in droves.
Oh, they're going to be lined up all the way around the building.
That's right.
I doubt
All
it.
right, Kat. I'm going to pose the same question to you. What do you enjoy about the events that the CFF puts on? What has been your favorite event and why? And what would you like to see the CFF do for events in the future? And no, you can't answer it with exclude you running them.
Sweet. I enjoy the creativity of them, trying to come up with new things that sort of push people out of their comfort zones. Like we did the recall event war. I think that's probably my favorite right now because it really showed results out of that. Like people actually started using that spell. And before that event, literally nobody was using it. And after the event, you saw quite a few people using it with great success. So that would be my favorite one. What would I like to see the CFF do in the future? I'd like to see more people coming up with ideas. And even if they don't want to run them, just post ideas and let us know what you'd like to see. Our brain cells are fairly dry at times, and we struggle to come up with ideas for events. So more input from the family at large, or even anybody out in the listening audience who wants to do events with us. Yeah, drop us a line and give us some ideas.
Oh, Kat, let me ask you this.
Yes, sir.
Is there enough Canadians to go against the USA?
Maybe.
That would be a good one.
Oh, Canada's already beaten you once or
Oh,
twice.
Oh boy. Oh, here we go.
oh, oh.
I'll have to do some investigation on that.
Next question.
All right. So the other question that we have on this is why did they nerf Agent Paladin? And I mean that's an easy one for me. He's OP. I mean he had to be nerfed. He's kind of like Monolith adjacent. What do you guys think?
Go ahead, Kat.
Well, when you're that OP, it's bound to happen eventually. It's like he's can't be part of the Quitters Club now.
Yeah.
No, yeah. He's not even allowed on the driveway.
Exactly.
Well, I don't think they nerfed him enough because I watched his attack in war today, and he just made it look really easy to 3-star. So I think Supercell needs to nerf him more. I think they need to take away 2 of his heroes.
I agree. Crush him into the ground. Yep.
Yeah, I
Give
mean,
him 9 slot spells instead of 11.
yeah, and just cut his troops down to 200.
Perfect.
And if he can steal 3-star with that, then he's. I'll quit. I'll just sit back and watch
We'll
him
have to-
all the time.
We'll have to wait for the next update where they nerf him again.
Right.
Well, see how well he does in the TWSS event.
Oh yeah.
He will be
Yeah.
nerfed. He will only have 2 heroes.
Oh, speaking of that, I'm getting ready to reach out to Supercell because my dragons look like females. I'm telling you, they are women.
Well, like I said, I did request a clarification on that from Supercell directly, and then they broke for vacation. They said that's a great question, and then they broke for vacation. So,
well, I think we need to put it off until we can figure it out.
You're gonna have to run with what you got. All right, guys, let's jump into the top 5. We have a top 5 summer activities outside of Clash of Clans. So Clash of Clans cannot be one of your favorite summer activities. Ace, what's your number 5?
Number 5 is my 1-week trip to the mountains.
Nice.
Yeah, me and Susie just bounce and take a break.
Great idea. See?
I have walking the dogs for my number 5. I know it's not just a summertime thing, but it's much more enjoyable in the summer than in the winter.
Just a little more pleasant.
Yes.
My number 5 is being outside grilling. I love to cook outside. What's your number 4?
Good choice.
Number 4 would be my 1-week trip to the beach that we always take.
I'm seeing a theme here.
Yeah, July is that's our getaway month.
Yeah.
Until October, then we just pretty much take off the whole month of October. So,
see, what's your number 4?
Well, number 4 is sitting out on my back porch, just chilling, like watching my dogs tear my yard apart. But it's, you know what I mean? It's nice, especially if you get a nice breeze or whatever. And it's just nice to just relax outside.
I agree. coincidentally, mine is sitting outside in the shade with an ice cold Coca-Cola, just relaxing, watching the dogs.
How dare you?
What's your number 3, Ace?
Number 3 is, which you two know this, my pool. It's just, that's like the best thing we ever did. So
Can't argue with
it's
that.
just, yeah, it's self-explanatory. It's just one of those, boosh, done deal.
See?
My number 3 kind of is very similar to yours. I chose cookouts. I really enjoy cookouts in the summertime. The smell of raw flesh cooking on a grill, can't beat it.
With an ice cold Coca-Cola.
No. Mama Sid's, you have to edit that out.
My number 3 is sitting outside, just reading, enjoying the fresh air. What's your number 2, Ace?
Number 2 is, I'm going to go with y'all's cookout. And we always do cookouts on weekends if we're in town. And we always do like a cornhole tournament type deal with a bunch of friends. So that's pretty much a all summer long deal for us.
Nice. See?
Oh, my number 2, even though I'm retired, is softball. Love softball. Played for 25 years straight. I recently retired because injuries caught up to me, but God, I used to look forward to softball in the summer. Look forward to summer to be able to play softball and just be out and just exercising, playing, seeing friends. Yeah, it was the best.
My number 2 is being out walking with the dogs, just enjoying the warm weather. What's your number 1, Ace?
Number 1 is, y'all ready for this drum roll? July. It's my birthday month. I don't have a birthday. I have a birthday month. So the whole month of July is my month, and I look forward to it every year. Hopefully I can make it to it this year too. So because I'm turning the big 50, I'm gonna be up there with a bunch of other old guys that are on Discord with us every night.
Oh God, you just had to call me out.
Yeah. So I get to join the 50 club. I mean, I'm kind of looking forward to it. A lot of people hate it, but man, I'm glad I made it this far.
Congratulations and happy early birthday.
Thank
you.
My number 1 will come as no surprise to you guys is milkshakes. Love milkshakes. Now I love them year round, but again, kind of like dog walking, they are especially good in the summertime to cool down, steal a page from your book, Kat, sit in the shade or air conditioning and drink a milkshake. Ugh, nothing better.
Okay, so what's your favorite flavor?
All of them.
Chocolate.
I mean, why just pick one? Chocolate I drink the most because I stop at McDonald's all the time, and that's just the easiest thing to order. But if you made me choose one, there was about 15 years ago, I used to live in an apartment building, and right across the street was a store called Dairy Farmers, and they made the best peanut butter and chocolate milkshakes I have ever had. And I used to, my mouth would, it's actually watering right now thinking about them. I don't know what they did or what, I didn't see them use any special ingredients, but I used to get the biggest one they could have. I'm talking jumbo. My stomach would hurt after I drank it, but it would just be so worth it. It was like bliss. It was so amazing. So yeah, that would be my favorite is a peanut butter chocolate milkshake.
What a way to go.
I know.
My number 1 is any type of water activity. I love swimming, being out on a boat, tubing, all that stuff. Don't get to do enough of it as much as I used to, but that would be my number 1.
You need to go to Ace's place.
I do. His pool's probably big enough for all that.
She's been invited.
One of these days I'll make it there. Let's do some shout outs, guys. Ace, do you have any shout outs?
I actually have a few. I want to shout out you, Kat, for having me on. C-Note for coming in, taking up for Vado tonight. Trample Damage, Yoda, and Cole for keeping it fun in the server. Trample keeps there's a little game in the server that he kept attacking me, and every time he attacks me, it notified me. So I was getting like 7 a day from him. So, but Yoda for throwing that Baby Inferno comp to me to try out. It's worked out pretty good. And of course, my buddy C Note for just being him and being a friend. I mean, he's been there with me for what, year and a half now. C.
Yeah, I think it's been about that long.
Yeah, we've had a lot of good conversations, and he's pulled me off the ledge several times from this game. So thank you a lot, sir.
I'm blushing.
Right. Zeno, do you have any shout outs? Hard to follow that one
Oh,
up.
do I? Oh, goodness. Yeah, my list of shout outs is about as long as a thank you message in the Emmy Awards. Well, first and foremost, I want to thank Kat for having me on today, allowing me to fill Mr. Fado's shoes, even though it's kind of like fitting a size 5 and a size 10, because I don't stack up to Fado, but that's all right. And also my man Ace for coming on, and I repeat everything he said. Ditto. He's an amazing guy, and if there's anybody that to tuck off the ledge, it would be him. That's for sure. And he does the same for me sometimes too. So, want to thank Mama Sids because I know she's going to be the one editing this podcast, and I never got a chance to shout her out for all the things that she did for me behind the scenes and getting my podcast up and running as far as editing. So thank you very much. And thank you to all my listeners on Clash Tours. It's been great. It's been fun. And I know Kat has also helped me out behind the scenes with my pod as well. So double shout out to you.
Thank you. And I'm just going to echo everything that you guys are saying. A shout out to you both for coming on tonight, and see, especially you for stepping up to help me out. Fado's very busy with his kids' baseball and couldn't make the recording today, so he's sorry he couldn't make it. And thank you everybody for listening. The CFF is a family of clans who love to play games such as Clash of Clans and Clash Royale, and now Golf Clash, among others. You can send questions or comments to us on Twitter at RedthornCOC. To get more information on our clans, events, and podcasts, join the CFF Discord at discord.gg/clashfiles.